All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So we are doing a kind of historical meme view here. So we're going to do AMC, BBBYQ. We'll take a look at Carvana, and then if I can, I'm going to throw in GameStop here, GME. So I'll be honest, I actually was not going to make this video until I took a look at what was going on after hours. What? Okay. I have no idea what's going on right now. I was looking for some headlines. I really couldn't find much, all right? Let me know if I'm missing something. Like, I'm actually kind of looking at my phone as I'm saying these words right now, but there's no crazy there's some settlement rejection thing. Okay, this is kind of what I'm reading. Okay. Judge denies ape deal in surprise ruling. Okay, interesting. Surprise ruling. All right. So, again, we'll go over my thoughts. Generally, I don't care about post-market. Like my analyses are always regular hours. There's some crazy things happening. It's smashing all the moving averages, and there's a lot to consider, and really we're starting to come into the higher lines, which really is a little bit surprising. So we'll talk about that. It's a little hard for me to give my analytics based on post-market, but I will do my best, okay? From there, like I said, we're going to talk about the rest of the memes. So BBBYQ, so Bed Bath & Beyond, I actually picked up a little bit and quickly sold it. I hope it didn't do well today and I look stupid, but yeah, I saw a little bit of what looked like a curve up that might have hit. It didn't for me, and I was able to move my money to better places. Again, I don't know what it did today, so I might be a little bummed out. Man, Carvana is just ridiculous. There's not much more to say about that. I'm a little excited to talk about that one again today. And yeah, I actually don't even know what GameStop looks like, so I will take a look at that. But again, before we go any further, what are we gonna do today? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to the channel, share this thing on the internet, comment good or bad. I swear, if you disagree with anything I got to say, I'm not here to hate on you. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. And look, when educated people share some stuff, good things really do happen, all right? So let's get into it. And look, I'm going to start with my normal regular hour views. And really, there wasn't a lot of good happening here, all right? We were very much downtrending with the 8 and the 20. There was a bit of a horizontal that was happening here, but I think, again, it's a little easy to see in hindsight, right? But again, it looked more downtrending than anything. Surprised to see that the MACD was working its way up, and really in a little bit of a way RSI too, but this would have been so tight that I would have called it irrelevant. And again, this actually was regular hours volume, because when I go post volume, right, it does go up. So it's a little interesting to see that the volume did spike today. I imagine people had an idea that today was going to be the court ruling day, and I'm really surprised this many people decided to buy in and take a leap. Because look, again, as quickly as this went up this much, I think we can all agree if it wasn't a surprise ruling like the headline said, the thing would have dropped hard. And I remember the last time I covered this stock, it's probably easier to see on the weekly, losing this 338 line would have been bad, because you could just kind of see it below these two lines, below this single line, nothing but just down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 up, 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 up. It would have made for a quick down, 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 so it's big that 388 held. Obviously, it's enormous that they got that surprise ruling and this went up. So look, I I have seen so many times where this thing can go either way, and we all understand what the power of memes can do, right? Like, I don't know if it's still called meme stocks and stuff like that, but apes are apes, man. And volume, look at this. Like, there are now 100 million shares going. Just the after hour difference, all right? This thing had 60 million regular hours and is dropping another 30 million shares after hour. Like, that's not normal, okay? Honestly, I'm not saying this to like seem like a dick but like, there's a real part of me that actually does feel like this might come down to 544. Okay, 544 is the 200 moving average. Just look at this line, right? We have a fake out nothing. We have like a, let me just kind of give it, we do break it here, and actually in some ways we confirm here. That's really interesting. But yeah, once we get over it, we quickly lose it and never come back, right? Like, this 200 moving average line is not our friend, and a lot can be said that the 100 line hasn't been easy. Like, a big quick up and down, big quick up and down, big quick up and down. Like, man, it's crazy that this ruling did what it's doing. And I very much have to say 999 is kind of the money line. Okay, from there we're talking Gap City and you know, a big move. So let me just look at this minute chart after hours. Look at this thing. We're still holding the 50 moving average pretty well. There's a good chance it might drop to around here, maybe like 650. There's a chance maybe it only drops as low as like 705, maybe even around there to 712, because that's kind of that's what I was looking at right there. But man, this thing can easily still bounce right there. It can come down to only 742 and keep going up. Like, I'm telling you, crazy things can happen. What's the hourly on the after? Man, that thing still looks good. Let's look at the 15-minute, a couple more candles. Sweet Jesus. I think we're actually coming back up to 777 here. Man, AMC. I was not expecting to look at this one on Monday. It's going to be hard to not do it, right? But really interesting things. Again, this is what regular hours look like. There was a surprise ruling that did this. It's hard for me to do technical analysis on a non-regular hour candle, I'm telling you, because obviously we're now at a super positive MACD. We're actually pushing a pretty high RSI volume. Obviously, I mean, there's a lot that we need to see how it closes on Monday to really gauge it correctly. But it is hard to look away, especially on a stock like AMC. That's actually the easiest thing I can say. So I'm going to go back to regular hours for the rest, and we're going to look at BBBYQ, Bed Bath & Beyond. So yeah, I'm glad I got out. Nice. I saw this. I did. And I was hoping to make a little bit more. I thought we were actually going to make a good move to the blue line right here, the 100 moving average. I very much was hoping we would break the 100 moving average, because I mean, geez, just red. Like, there's a lot of good that could have happened. Even at the minimum, 100 to the 200 is all the way up there, right? So, and again, I did not have $1.90 dreams when I was right here. That's what made it really easy for me to sell. Yeah, I'm out. I am for sure out, but I am actually keeping my eyes on this, because in some ways, look, the 8 and the 20 are still going up. This 50 moving average is kind of doing a decent thing. I'm starting to get a little bit worried. And obviously volume, man, volume is king, right? And a lot of stocks, let alone a 5 ticker over the counter, right? Like, not a lot can get 30 million, but this thing was pushing 100 something million back in the day, right? Like, this day obviously was 500 million, but the average 50 day was 120 million. That's what I meant, right? But yeah, I'm interested in this. I'm very interested over 45 cents. Okay, that'll get me here into a lot of good room up. But I'm sad that this didn't do better. I saw this. I thought it was going to do good. I did not see this right here. So I mean, hey, I don't know if things would have been a little different if I caught it in a little earlier. But in a lot of ways, still, I don't even think so. But yeah, I did. I pulled the plug and I jet, if I can quote Eric B and Rakim right there. And look, you can kind of see it. This one is saying 37 cents. I still think 45 cents might be the better entry. Just at least wait for the the 100 to break. But Bed Bath Beyond, nothing after hours meme army, right? No, nothing is happening here. So we'll keep this one regular. This one is kind of short and sweet. Again, it looked promising. It did. It unfortunately didn't do it. And you can see the MACD was positive too. Like these were at least not big candles, right? But they were decent days. You can see that 9%, 10%. They didn't do what they needed to do. You know what I mean? So is what it is. Is what it is. CVNA. Man, I still remember talking about this thing around $6-7 when it like did the earnings pop. You know, I still remember joking so much about like just getting too like crackhead greedy and selling right here. This thing has just been a champ. All it's doing is just riding the 8, bouncing the 20, riding the 8, bouncing the 20, riding the 8. You know, what's going to happen next? Are we going to lose the 8 and bounce the 20 one more time? Maybe. But again, that's how these lines work, right? Like when you hate the lines, all you can do is stay under them. All you can do is stay under them, little moves and go ups, right? But when the lines are your friends, all you can do is stay above them. All you can do is stay above them. You know what I mean? And we're getting really close to some really big gap movements. You know what I mean? So in some ways, this could be an interesting place for some people that have not been able to make any money on Carvana to potentially make some money still. Because if we break this $48 line, whoo, red, green, right? Like there's a little bit of an insignificant something here at 54. There's a little bit of an insignificant nothing at like, let's call it all the way to 60. And then there's a whole mess of nothing till there. Is there anything on the weekly? Man, there's nothing on the weekly until $89. Like Carvana, and let's just stay on the weekly. I don't even want to just get out of here just yet. Crushing it, okay? Crushing it. It's finally in the positive. This is kind of starting to teeter a little bit, but also in some ways, like it knows how to live. It knows how to live, you know what I mean? So as long as we don't get any crazy signals, and hey, volume's actually still kind of, it's holding. It really, like, there's so much to like here still. And again, like I said, we've lost the 8, come to the 20 before. We've lost the 8, come to the 20 before. We've lost the 8, come to the 20 before. Each time we've hit it and bounce, right? So use the lines to guide your judgments and do their thing. But man, Carvana is just crushing it. And it until it gives us a real reason to say I'm done, man, it's hard to look away from this thing. All right, so hopefully you've made some money. Hopefully you're still making money. Carvana has just been giving. Oh, look at this. GameStop not looking good right here. Obviously, it seemed like really big things were going to happen. Interesting. I don't know what happened here. I don't know if this was an earnings thing or what it was, but it seemed like it was a little bit of an overreaction that or maybe even just kind of like a little bit of a meme army recovery, right? I don't really know. Nonetheless, nothing was sustainable, and this 2640 line is rough. Oh, I can see why, right? You can see it. It's this extremely long plateau right here. Man, we're at a really important place, and in all honesty, it kind of seems like we're going to lose this really important place. MACD is slipping deeper into the negative. RSI is definitely coming down a little bit. It is for sure tight, but like even from back here, like we are downtrending for sure. And more than anything, look at that volume. That is pretty pathetic volume. So I actually think 1980 is realistic. However, again, is there any meme armies? Look, I gotta believe that that's AMC right there. I'm telling you, there is no technical reason for that to go up that hard. I know it's only a 3%, like that's a big bad candle. It's one where the low of the day, 22.16, is only 2 cents away from the close of the day of 8. Like that's a devastating candle that lost the 200. I'm very surprised, and now it's actually in the pod. That is some love from AMC. I gotta go back and see where's AMC at. Still at least holding 70% up, man. This is crazy. We've now also crossed 100 million shares. Still looking at the post-market one, right? So I think AMC might be, oops, GME. I think AMC might be helping them. I always say this. I love this phrase, right? As the tide rises, so do all the boats, okay? there's a chance where, you know, they're not all in the same sector. Obviously, they're all doing something very extremely different, but this meme sector is a real thing. You know what I mean? So, hey, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Otherwise, thank you.